every moment. Now there's a page with not enough on it.
Hello everybody, that's me again. I'm finally back. It's taken a little while, probably about a year or so since my last video. I just had a lot of stuff going on. I had a big move. What a change a year can make, I tell you. In that time, I've also moved back with my first wife. My first wife has been very accepting of everything as far as my transition is concerned. It's taken her a long time, but I'm pleasantly pleased, or surprised and pleased, that things have changed in her mind. Back to what I was talking about. My wife has been really good. Like I said, she's really come a long way. When we first got married 25 years ago, God, that seems like a crazy number, but it's true. We got married about 25 years ago, and right before we got married, she seen some clothes that I had and some makeup, and again, it really freaked her out. And she grew up Catholic, very, very devout. I never really went to church much before. I guess I believed, but there's times in my life that I really wondered, how could there really be a God that would put somebody down here like me and suffer for all these years without an explanation of why. But I just come to the conclusion that that's just the way it is. It's just like a child that's born with a cleft lip, or some other, some birth defects, such as other, maybe, you name it. It could be anything. There's so many genetic disorders that people were born with, that some they discover when they're born, and others that they really don't discover until they get older. I guess in my situation, I always knew since I was 6 that I was different. What it led to for me was just not really liking myself too much. I didn't really love myself too much. I didn't really take care of myself as well as I probably should have when I was younger. Even into my adult life, I took a lot of risk with my health and other areas. I guess I also took a lot of risk when I was a kid. Sometimes I wondered if I really deserved to be in this world. Why I feel this way. It took 30 years to really put a spotlight on it, but another 10 to 12 years to get where I am now. I've been on hormones for the last year and a half to 2 years, and I've really been excited about the results. I think I've pretty much maxed out any growth that I may get. Since I've been on the hormones, it's been really an amazing thing. Actually I have to go back a little bit further, because I actually was on hormones about 4 or 5 years ago, and for about a year and a half. But due to that previous relationship, that I spoke about earlier, I stopped because she couldn't deal with the changes in my body. I talked about depression that I had gone through. That was right after that. Soon after I stopped is when that depression really started kicking in. I began to just really turn inward. I didn't really want to deal with, being with people as much as I had in the past. I didn't like myself. I didn't like myself for, letting somebody else dictate my life. All my life, I really have been more of a people pleaser. I've done a lot of things that would go against, taking care of myself. I always made everybody else first. It almost killed me. For 2 years, I thought about suicide a lot. I had went through depression before, in teens and so forth. I would have to say that this was really the worst time in my life, ever. Finding somebody that truly accepts me for who I am now and understands why I feel this way is truly amazing. And one of the areas I find so amazing, I've always been close to my wife, but truly I think I'm a lot closer to her than I ever have been before. Because she does now know where I come from, and she's opened up her heart to understand, to at least try to understand. As I said before, it wasn't always that way in the beginning, but it's amazing that somebody I thought would never change her views has really amazed me, and has actually stood up for me towards her sister. And I've never seen her do that before, ever. In the 25 years that I've known her, I've never seen her really stand up to any of her sisters. I could truly see this is something that she's finally accepted and is understanding of what's happened. It took us many very hard years to get here. A lot of trials and tribulations that we both have gone through over this, and super proud of her too. She's one amazing woman, truly amazing. So I guess for now I'll sign off. If I can think of anything else, I'll throw in some other words before this, but I think I'm going to have to close down, and so the video will actually get on YouTube. So you guys have a good night, and I hope to be making more videos and not take a whole year to get around to making another one.